Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon if you're here. Welcome. I will be having a conversation with Mr. Leon. We'd like to keep it simple, okay, for the sake of the community. This afternoon, this evening, to talk about the upcoming ANC convention in Georgia and why he should be the one leading the next phase of this organization. Let me bring Leon on.
Good evening, Yassini. How you doing?
I'm good. There you go, Leon. How are you? How you doing?
Doing fantastic. Ready to go for this weekend in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and we're gonna be winning bigly.
Okay, good, 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 good. So I just wanted to have a sidebar with you. I know I'm going to see you tomorrow. We can go live. We can talk to the people
Sure.
in Georgia area. But let's send a message out to the people. ANC stumble in 2023. We introduced ourselves in 2017. I know we're here, and I believe ANC is gearing up to get prepared, get into the trenches again. Um, Let me first of all say welcome and
Thank you.
talk to the Liberian people.
Yeah, good point, Yassindi. So after the 2023 elections, many Liberians and also Liberians part of the ANC umbrella
Mhm.
were discouraged as to the results that happened. So there was some reflection going on. Mr. Cummings appointed a team of people initially to try to organize Liberians in the diaspora to have a formidable presence to support the mission back in Liberia. So there was an initial group charged with responsibility. Unfortunately, they weren't successful. And then my team came along, the Mensa team. So over the last year, we've been working collaboratively with many of the auxiliaries of the ANC within the diaspora to organize them under one umbrella. For example, we work with the ANC Global, we work with the ANC USA, we work with the CPP USA, as well as the ANC Midwest. Now, I wouldn't say it was all easy. We had countless meetings, meeting weekly, sometimes meetings occurring late into the night, drafting documents like constitutions, like corporate registrations, really put in place the infrastructure, payment systems, organizational structure and setup, etc., culminating into what we have today, which is the ANC Diaspora Convention, which is happening in Lawrenceville, Georgia. So it took my team to unify all of the Liberians in the diaspora under the ANC umbrella. So this is where we have today under my leadership. And that's what I want to bring to the table in the election going forward. As I get elected into this position as chairman of ANC Diaspora USA, I would like to continue the journey of mobilizing Liberians under a unifying umbrella around common purpose, around common vision. A couple of organizational agenda or mission that I have is to institutionalize the ANC. So, for example, we need a new party headquarters. We need county presence, district presence, local presence all across Liberia. We also need logistics, vehicles, advertising material, billboards, communication devices, both human infrastructure as well as physical infrastructure to really move along the ANC's mission agenda in the upcoming days. So I'm really looking forward to Liberians coming to the convention this weekend and voting for the Mensa Kishon team. I'm sure you're going to have more questions for me, but I'll stop there for now.
Thank you for the intro, first and foremost. But I will ask you though, Leon, you, how long have you been around the ANC? Uh, why now? Somebody may ask you because I know I've seen you, but I want to
Yeah,
know if other people know how long have you been around? What has been your contribution? Why now?
sure. So I've been around the ANC roughly about 15 years. We're part of the regional founding members of the ANC. I remember the early days helping draft some of the original ANC constitution through all the various phases in an election cycle. So it shows my in-depth understanding of the intricacies of ANC, the different division, different people, different temperaments, how to manage them, which I can say contributed to the success that we are having today in terms of the ANC Diaspora Convention. Now, you're asking, what have I done? So maybe I give you a little bit of history. So I grew up in Liberia, went to Bright Functional High School, and then later on St. Patrick's. And then subsequently came here to finalize my high school. I also have a master's degree in finance. I possess a bachelor's degree in business and marketing. And I've been a 20-year corporate executive working for large financial institutions. And I have a good understanding of how to manage large organizations, people, complex systems, and ideas. So I bring those leadership and management skills to the ANC Diaspora, which I think has contributed to the success. So I have both experience within the ANC as well outside of the ANC, and I bring those two together that will help us lead the ANC into the next era.
So talk to me. I know at some point in Maryland, you were part of you played a major role in the community in Maryland. Did you? Were you part of the Maryland organization, the Liberian community in Maryland? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, good question.
All the way out. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So for 5 years, I served as the treasurer of the Liberian Community Association in the Washington, D.C. area. When we actually took over, we had like literally negative $200 in the account. Our registration had fallen off. And by the time we left, we had about $25,000 in the account. We just took a transition about 2 years ago to a new leadership, and now they're doing very successful. So I worked with President Wilma Mashinini Red. Mm-hmm. I also was the president of the St. Patrick's and St. Teresa's Convent around the Maryland, Washington, D.C. metropolitan region. So I led that group for 5 years. We're about 90% completed with the construction of St. Patrick's High School in the King Gray community by SKD. So we also raised hundreds of thousands of dollars to help rebuild St. Patrick High School. As you know, St. Patrick High School was a very legendary school in Liberia. So we're working to rebuild that and bring that back to the modern era.
Okay. All right. So you're not just a business guy, you're also a community organizer. You are in touch with Liberia and in touch with Liberians all around here. Okay. So thank you. So let me come here. Why are you choosing now to lead this organization when you have been a part all this while? Why are you choosing to lead now?
Thank you for the question. So I took it upon myself to choose to run for the chairman of ANC Diaspora because I think we need new direction. Okay, clearly some of the actions that have been in place for the last several years did not work. It did not achieve the level of results of which we intended to achieve. Therefore, I decided to step up to the plate to not only take leadership for the sake of position, but more important for the sake of accomplishing the mission, which is to really bring the mission and vision of ANC back to the public and help us elect the rightful leadership, electing Alexander B. Cummings as president of Liberia in 2029. We were around, we saw some of the mistakes that were made, and so we decided to capitalize on those mistakes. What were some of the mistakes? First, we decided that as a team and as part of the transition group, we wanted to institutionalize the ANC. So it is not fair for, ANC is a large, complex organization, to have everything channeled through a narrow path of decision making. We wanted to have the flexibility of strengthening people in the various counties and districts so that they understand what's going on with their people. They can make all those decisions.
Decentralize what we had before, correct?
Yeah, decentralize some of the decision making, because people in the local district and county understand what's going on in their communities, so they can make informed decisions as to what affects them. Pair them up with budget officers to help fund activities. So those are some of the things we saw. We also saw that there was a need to make ANC Diaspora a welcoming institution. So it's an institution where people of all backgrounds and segments of life can feel respected, they can feel heard, they can feel like they're valued, that they're looked upon as equal. So we thought having a very friendly environment was important to rebuilding this institution. So those are all the reasons: institutionalize the ANC, decentralize some of the decision making, provide financial support for ANC Liberia, and also make it a friendly and warm environment and help prepare it for the next era.
Thank you so much. I know when we spoke earlier, and I said before coming to this, because you were focused on trying to get this convention going, structure going. You wanted to make sure all of that came to where we are today, hopefully to where we'll be. And I asked you, I said, Leon, but you've been around, we're going out, we're campaigning. Why are you running? And you told me, you say, yeah, I refuse to give up. I refuse to give up on the promise of Liberia. I see young people. I see children graduating from colleges, no jobs. I see women year in, year out when I go to Liberia. They're disabled, no dignity, begging to eat, begging for people to help them. Our women going to the hospital, and the overarching message is nothing really has changed. We have
Exactly.
tried, Waka, we have tried, we have tried, but I refuse to give up hope. So, in your own words,
Mhm.
giving back and giving Liberian back their dignity, how do you intend to do that? How will you help the rest of the people? How will you get the message across? Since and I'm kind of happy that you refuse to give up on Liberia. I'm refusing to do the same too. So,
Yeah, I see you hit the note around the head. For practically our whole lives, Liberia has just been in a state of destitute. Okay, we haven't really had much to consider successful in Liberia from a country perspective. You look at electricity, you look at jobs, you look at infrastructure in terms of roads, physical development, whether it be housing or business development, all these things. Really not much there, right? It's been the same people we've elected over and over and over again. So yes, you're right. I refuse to give up. I refuse to allow this generation to go by without having for us to be the one that have made that change. So we decide with this generation to step up to the plate. We've been complaining our whole lives. So now instead of complaining, we have to take that now into action and actually demonstrate that we have the capability to make that change now and today. And so for that reason, I'm involved in the ANC diaspora, and we're in full support and full gear to get ready for 2029 to install a man that can bring jobs, who can reboost the economy, who can organize Liberia under law and order, who can attract foreign direct investments, who can really turn Liberia into a new page that we've never seen before, one that we can all be proud of going into the future.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Leon. That's any last words to our people? Any last words to our people? I will be playing this over and over. I want this to be a message to the people. Folks, Leon told me he refused to give up. He refused to give up on the promise of Liberia. We all know the promise of Liberia. Liberia was funded to be a safe haven, an oasis for Black people, all people of African descent. So we have bigger dreams to allow our children to dream dreams. So talk to us in your closing statement to the Liberian people.
So in my closing statement, I want to first extend appreciation to all the transitional group members that worked tirelessly over the last year to bring in place this new ANC diaspora, consolidating all of the various ANC auxiliary under one umbrella into USA. I want to say thank you. I also want to extend an opportunity to all those who are able to make it to the convention in Lawrenceville, Georgia this weekend to come and really be part of this movement. And finally, I want to encourage all Liberians to really use the opportunity to mobilize Liberians to bring change, real change to Liberia. We could rally behind a solid person with proven track record, with experience, with international reputation, with the skills. And if we do that, we'll make Liberia proud again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liam. You have a good day. I'm going to end this story with Quincy B, This Life, No Balance. Leon, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Let's get to, oh, where's my no balance at? Are you serious? Okay, here it is. But I will, okay, I think I had it open. All right. It went somewhere else. So we're going to just end here. Okay,
Okay.
we're going to end here. I'll play that later when the show comes on. Okay. Thank you so much, Liam.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
Where is that? I'm done here. I will start that video with that when I come on. So I will replace the Leon. So I'll talk to you later. You have a
Okay,
good
guys,
day.
thank you so much, huh? We'll wrap.
You're
Good
okay.
job.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.